So it's something that's new. Now, that being said, staff may regret this because it actually requires a little bit more work on our part to come up with this other agenda, these other discussion topics. But we don't have to do a lot of them. I mean, just start small and see how we like it, and if we don't like it, we can go back.
Mr. Chairman. Also along those lines, we've had some discussions as far as the work sessions about what can and cannot be discussed during the work session. As I think I brought this up here in the work session, I'd very much like to get staff to actually get basically whatever we need to do from city, county attorneys as to what we are allowed to discuss. But I think in a lot of cases, I mean, there is some information, and some cases are big enough that you really kind of need to delve into them rather than us delve into them here at the public hearing, if it will allow. But at the same time, right along the same format, those are the cases that you can learn an extremely amount from, just simply by taking that case in that particular situation and breaking it down as far as how it does fit in the community and what the guidelines and all that we have to work with. I just think we can learn a lot from some of these cases by being able to discuss some of them and delve into them as well.
I think you can discuss them, but you can't make decisions for.
My understanding of the work session is that you can, and this is, just my understanding, but you can discuss and do anything that you want to do. You just cannot take action on it.
That's correct.
And
give you opinions.
And you also don't want to give the impression that you are making a decision.
Well, sure,
yeah,
that's it.
You don't want to sway another commissioner. The object is.
We voice opinions, we really voice opinions in every meeting about.
But here you can. You can here in
I
a
understand
work
that,
session, you should not. And part of that's my fault, because I've been pretty liberal letting folks discuss things which you should not have done, for that very reason, to open up more discussion. But technically, the only thing, if and correct me if I'm wrong, when he presents his presentation, the only thing that we should discuss technically is if there's something we don't understand. A question to clarify what he just told us. Am I?
Or request for more information.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think there's a value in almost all of your discussion at the work session from a
Yeah.
staff standpoint. So I think that maybe what Matt and I could do is get together on some key questions about this work session discussion and maybe kind of put those out in writing, maybe send them out by email so we can be better prepared for future discussion to really hone in on this, because I think that there are some varying opinions out there.
I don't think it's negative. I'm just saying I don't think that we're supposed to extend ourselves.
So again, I think that's where we need the clarification, because if we do have the opportunity to discuss a case,
It makes it better.
and it could, then we know what we can and can't.
And it saves a lot of time at a regular voting session too, I think, to get this information ahead of time. It saved me, and I know when I was chairman, I thought it saved us a lot of time when we did go into them a little deeper, especially if we know, and you are the best sounding board to tell us if there's going to be any opposition. Because generally, you have either letters or verbal phone calls, et cetera, that you can relate to us, and that, I think, is the place to do that, not necessarily here.
And usually we know, or we have a guess, but sometimes we are surprised. The neighborhood crowd will show up that we had no idea it was coming.
Those are all things that will help us in our decision-making process, so I'm in favor of loosening it up a little bit, and a little bit more than the ABCs of the, picking up your packet on the way out the door. I don't agree with that.
I do believe, though, whatever you're making your decision on, it must be, I believe it must be discussed in the open meeting that night. You can't discuss this in a work session and come in here and just make a decision based on what you heard in a work session. That's not right. You can gather information, but you need to rehash that same thing right here in the.
Oh, yeah.
This is the public record.
Yeah.
This is the only public record, and that's.
You got to have your basis and your meat of what you're making your decision on here open to the public.
Yeah.
And not saying you couldn't have asked it, but you got to read. You got to.
And all I'm saying is that at your work sessions, you should be able to discuss any topic that you want to discuss. It is an open meeting. It's an advertised meeting. You can go on the website, our work sessions are dated, our other meetings are dated. And so there's no reason why if anybody wants to come to a work session, they're welcome to come. There's just not an opportunity to participate.
Yeah.
You know,
They are advertised, correct? The work sessions are.
As part of our regular scheduled meetings, we don't run a special newspaper.
Just want to be sure that violation of sunshine law.
They are on the official list of
we
meetings.
can use that code that you have.